Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Doing Better with Bree. It's your girl Bree, and baby, we have some things to talk about.
I don't even know if you can handle it. All I know is you can have it. I don't even know if you can handle it. I don't even know if you can handle it. All I know is you can have it.
I'm recording this on Thanksgiving, so I want to tell you guys happy Thanksgiving and thank you so much for being here with me. And if you are new, as you can see, baby, I need some subscribers. I appreciate all of you guys' love and support throughout my content creator journey. As I am a new creator on this platform, all of you guys' support is highly appreciated. Go ahead and hit that notification button, like, share, subscribe, repost. You guys know what to do. And if you'd like to support this platform, my Cash App is listed below in the description. Thank you so much. And without further ado, we are going to get into today's topic of discussion. The girls were having a field day in my comments, so I decided to talk about how allegedly Justin Bieber was out here tripping over his ex, Selena, while being a married man to Hailey Bieber and a father. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, baby, you need to follow me on TikTok because that's where the conversation starts and then we continue it here. So scan that QR code and go ahead and follow me. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the clip now. And when it comes to Justin Bieber still sitting over there crying about Selena, yeah, I'm Selena to these hoes because I could never be Hailey. There's no way I'm staying in a relationship with a man that's sitting over here having a psychotic breakdown every couple of months about his ex that has been moved the fuck on. I'm telling you, like, Selena is not worried about him no more. She like, baby, wrap this shit up. But that's how it be. That's the reality of a lot of women. They're out here, these men are out here marrying their sevens and really still in love with their tens. And this has nothing to do with looks. Like, Hailey Bieber is beautiful. She's accomplished a lot or whatever. Like, she out here having money and motion and she's pretty, but she's still that man's seven. Like, Selena is still rent free in this man's head. I know y'all seen that video going around where he chose to miss his wife's birthday, disrespectful as fuck, to go live stream in the studio and record a song pretty much called Stuck in a Relationship, and then hit that woo 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 on the mic and say Selena, and all the fans caught it and it was like, no, you didn't, Justin. This has to stop, boop. This has to stop. That girl is gone. But this is the reality when you fuck around and you play with love. Like, some people, they really genuinely go out here and they, you know, attract love and they give love. And there's some people, they sit up here and they fucking play with love and they move calculated as fuck when it comes to love. And they'll marry this woman to make this woman mad, or they'll just rush into a relationship because they feel like they old enough, or they bored and they do this and they do that. And then they sit there and they got to deal with the consequences of their actions. And now Justin is stuck in a hard place, y'all. He's battling constantly whether he should just break up his relationship. And he even said that, okay, should I just end this and there's a child involved and create a broken home, or should I just stay? And y'all be glorifying marriage so much. And this is a lot of people's marriages right here. A lot of these men are not marrying the woman that they're supposed to be with. The woman that they supposed to be with, they did wrong, lied to, cheated on, disrespected, neglected, or something, thought she would always be there, and that woman either moved on. Something happened there and he had no choice but to move on to you. A lot of women were the plan fucking B out here. And that is why I tell y'all, find out if you're the plan B or not. Like, do some digging and some research, because you don't want to marry a man and be stuck with a man and be having kids with a man who still be reaching out to his ex every now and then, talking about, can we link up? Can I see you? Can I just breathe your fucking air? These men are diabolical, y'all. I feel so sorry for Hailey, because baby, there's no fucking way. I would take my chances as a single mother first. I'd get the fuck on. You can go back and fight for Selena. How about that? I said what I said, and it looks like a lot of the girls were agreeing with me. This is what I was talking about in my last video when I was telling girls, like, you're his 7, she's his 10. And the girls were like, who's a 7? I'm not a 7, I'm a 10. Whatever they were trying to do, I was letting the girls know it has nothing to do with you. This is a mindset that is taught throughout the male side of social media, that it is safer to be with your 7 because she more than likely will put up with your bullshit and maybe not leave you. Okay. When you're a man's 10, the girl that he truly like really, really wants to be with, but at the same time doesn't seem to appreciate, we know that storyline. You tend to leave the situation. Like, you're either forced to leave this man that you care about so much because he either messed up in such such a major way, or you just know for your own mental health, like this relationship is not going to work. Now, there are cases where it does work, but it takes for two parties to be able to communicate what their fears are, what their expectations are, and pretty much just be fucking adults. But unfortunately, we live in a society that likes to promote toxicity, especially within relationships. And we have a lot of men and women who tend to just rush and move on with their lives in their relationships and don't even give a second thought to the fact that they might miss someone from their past. But they're gone now because you missed your opportunity. I always tell my male friends that when they mess up with a girl that they genuinely, like, I know, like, bro, you were crushing hard over her. Like, y'all were together for a minute. Y'all went through so much. Like, I can tell, like, you really love this girl, but you effed up in such a major way. A lot of their pride is too big to apologize or get on their hands and knees and beg for their girl's forgiveness back. They like, nope, I'll just go find me another girl. I'm not even tripping. Like, a lot of girls were like me. I'm like, okay, that's true, but they're still not her. You can go get another woman and you will continue to have sleepless nights about this woman. Every now and then she'll just pop into your head. You'll wonder what she's doing. You'll stalk her on social media. You're going to keep trying to find a way to reach out to this woman till either you're able to get her attention and you begin to cheat with her, or usually begin to just mistreat your wife because you're just not happy in your relationship anymore and begin to mentally and verbally, sometimes physically and financially, just, you know how men do, just fuck stuff up, self-sabotage and abuse. Okay? Necessarily doesn't just go for men. That can be things that women do too. Dreamed about the ex from their past, but they settled with Mr. Ugly because he was safe instead of being with Mr. Fine Shit, who they just couldn't mentally deal with the fact like other women wanted him. You know, that whole storyline. The girls were pretty much saying that he would never even treat Selena right, even if he could get her back. Because allegedly it sounded like on that track that he was calling out for Selena, and to supposedly miss your wife's 30th birthday to go and be in the, you know, studio and write a song called Stuck in a Relationship. And it just gave like, you're so unhappy. And this isn't the first time fans have, you know, pretty much said that Justin seems unhappy. Y'all remember when he was hanging out with Sexy Red? He was outside partying then. He was not doing what a husband is supposed to be doing. Why are you with Sexy Red? That's the last place and the last person I will want my husband with. No shade to Sexy Red, but I know that coochie good, and I don't need you putting that hood good coochie on my man or even getting it close to enough to him so he can have a whiff. That shit probably smell like baby powder and you know what I'm saying, that roll-on Riri oil. Y'all know what I mean? Like, no. The pheromones is pheromone. I don't need my man nowhere near you, okay? Keep your ass over there. And every time we see him, they never holding hands. He always walking ahead of her, letting the door go. Like, he just, y'all can tell, like, he do not want to be there. Some people are alleging that Hailey Bieber is even his handler, but he's just not happy. Which, remember when they were getting on Gucci Mane saying that Kior was his handler? I mean, even if Gucci seemed happy because he stayed bragging on his wife. He stayed shouting her out. He stayed being happy. And the fact like people miss Gucci when he was bigger or something, they're like, oh, Gucci, man, this is a clone. This isn't him because he looks so much better. Like, he just looks better. Like, there's nothing else to really say. Like, his teeth are good. He physically looks good. To have a solid relationship. He's always bragging on her, making music about her. She's always on stage. Like, a lot of women would much rather prefer that relationship versus what the hell Hailey Bieber and Justin got going on. If this is another situation where she is his handler, he not even happy being handled. So something has to change here. If it seems brighter, y'all, I had to up the lighting, okay? I hope that's fine. Now, let's talk about the facts. Now, the facts are that Selena has gotten married, and we know that her and Justin had a very cute relationship for how long ever it lasted. Those of us that were fans back then, you remember the Selena and Justin era. If you don't, baby, I do not have time to sit here and explain it to you. You're gonna have to do your own research because where the fuck have you been? But we do know like how long they were together, and there were comments saying that even if he had Selena back, he would still not necessarily treat her right. And that is also a theory, but it could also be completely wrong. There literally is a 50-50 chance when the man actually gets the woman he genuinely wants. We want to believe in love, right? So we have to believe that love will prevail. And if a man actually communicates and has control of his life, then he should at some point, if he wants that woman in his life in the future, to do what is necessary to have that woman in his life in the future. Some men will make that decision. They will do whatever it takes to have the woman that they love in their life. They will apologize. They will communicate. They will beg. They will grovel. They will do whatever it is to have that woman in their life. And yes, there are men out here who treat their woman like gold. Okay, so I don't want to hear this all man this, all man that, because that is just honestly not true. That's like saying all women are just, 304s, which is all O's, because that's just not true. The reality is that it's all really in your control and in your hands when it comes to who you decide to lay with, date, love, have relationships. That's something that you can control. You're not forced to be with anybody. And if you choose someone that you know is not necessarily choosing you, but is tolerating you, then you can end up in situations like this, where you are trying to, turn away the naysayers that say your relationship is a scam, or like you guys aren't happy, or you're only with this person because of this. Like, they'll come up with things to say as to why you guys are even together, because you genuinely don't look happy, you don't seem happy. And that's not what we women want. And a lot of times that comes from people not being put with the person that they genuinely want to be with, right? They settle, or they go where it's safe, because they know that they have a tendency to ruin anything good. And that is the reality. Some men have a tendency to just ruin anything good. And so they will always have to constantly replace a woman with another woman. We've all met those men that have 4 or 5 baby mamas and swear he was in love with everyone, and this happened there and that happened there and this and that. And it's always something that happened, right? But they're just not good at maintaining long-term relationships, and they know that they are going to ruin a good thing. And if they ruin a good thing, then most times once you ruin something, then you can't put it back together. You can try and glue it and tape it, but it's still cracked and it's damaged, and it just doesn't look as good. It just doesn't feel as good, and it doesn't feel safe. Like, you feel like any moment, like you tap that thing, that base that you tried to glue together, that it's going to shatter and cut you. So a lot of women just want to opt out of that. They don't want to be with men that they have to walk on eggshells with, or they have to overperform for, or that they have to overcompensate for, or they have to feel like he's way out of their league, or all of these things. And you have to just remember what you can learn from this situation, because there is something to learn by watching these people operate the way that they do. And that's what we're going to go ahead and talk about. Y'all know I love to talk about what we can do better as women when it comes to dating, and making sure that we don't fall into marriages or relationships like this. Or if you just choose to be happily single and you necessarily don't want a relationship, because that's me right now, you can just pay attention to the reasons why you might also not want to entertain the idea of a relationship, because that is a choice. You do have the option these days to be single. You don't have to force yourself to want to be in a relationship with anybody. You have the option to just ride this thing out solo if you choose to, be child free. And I support all lifestyles. If you want to be single, if you want to get married, whatever it is, you have to do it with you being the focus. Be self-centered, okay? You have to worry about yourself. You cannot put a man above you. You cannot put some kids above you. You cannot put anybody above you. You have to be selfish. You have to be self-centered. You have to be worried about self, okay? So if the relationship is not benefiting self, then baby, you just better off being single, straight up. But we're going to talk about what we can do better. Let's go. I do not have no Hallmark answer or no turn to God answer for you. Okay, over here, we're more calculated, less crazy. We think about our actions and we try based off odds, okay? So the chances of women ending up in situations like this is high as hell. Yep, high. You're more likely to be a man's plan B than you are to be his everything, unless you met him at a particular time in his life and he hasn't ever had that crazy first love, that toxic relationship that he up, or whatever it is that he was in for 9 years or 10 years or 7 years. You are more than likely going to you can guarantee, like, you're gonna know a lot more women in this situation where they're a man's 7 and not his 10. She says he does these things, or he acts like this, or I caught him reaching out to his ex, or whatever. You're more likely to know women in that. And if you want to be a woman that is avoiding things like that, then you're gonna have to do your research. You are gonna have to, I mean, honestly, if it gets to the point where you want to marry that man, you're gonna have to not only take what he said into account as far as why his relationship ended with his ex, but you're gonna have to do your own research. You're going to have to look into that man's finances. Yes, you need to audit his account. We're at that point. We can't trust just what a motherfucker say no more. Them days is over with. This ain't 2001. We're no longer trusting what these men have to say when it comes to finances, love, relationships, kids, nothing. You can find all of that out for yourself. Dig around. You'll find out baby mama. Sometimes they're in the DM. Sometimes they're here. You can ask friends and family. Like, you're going to have to do your own. I can't tell you exactly how you need to snoop. And maybe I will come up with a list. Maybe we'll get to that point where I might have a list of how you need to snoop and get into somebody's business, because you need to be all up in his business when you're thinking about having a kid and marrying him. Yeah, real Snoop like Snoopy Doopy around this motherfucker. We're all in your shit, because why do we have time to even play? So now, once you know if this man is clear of any crazy exes that he hasn't contacted in so many years, or his ex has moved on and gotten married and they don't even seem to be entertaining each other, and like he does whatever he can to make you feel safe and secure in you guys' relationship. You're not seeing any crazy exes. You're not feeling like you're his 7 and not his 10. He does do the things that you ask him to do. He performs well. He is a supportive man. He has what he say he has. He don't have no hidden kids out here. He ain't doing nothing weird. Then maybe you can feel a little bit safer in that situation and move forward and see a future there. But if you get with a man, he's mentioned his ex a whole bunch of times to you, unless it's his baby mama, and that's an exception, because you need to know what happened there. If that's the kid's mother, and it be respectful. Well, that's a different conversation on how to communicate with a man who has kids. But unless it's that, there's no reason that he should really be talking to his ex or think about his ex or bringing his ex up. And if in the event that you're with a man who keep bringing his ex up, or how she did him, and this and that or that or this, or randomly saying stuff about her, and it's like, why did you even mention her when I'm right here? And he does it in such a weird ass way, baby, I hope your little senses go off and you get the fuck out of there, because he's the type of man to be with you and then be reaching out to his ex in DM in like 5-6 years after y'all got 2 to 3 kids, and you be trying to figure out why. And she may not even want him, or if she bored, she might entertain him. But why take the fucking risk? Why? As women, we have to put ourselves in a position to do better. We cannot keep doing the same things over and over when it comes to love, marriage, and relationships, because at that point, you're just crazy and not calculated. We're trying to be more calculated, less crazy. And so with that comes responsibility to ourselves and the people around us to make sure that whomever we are bringing into these people's spaces and energy is someone that actually appreciates you. And if you don't have anyone that appreciates you in that way, maybe you're just looking in the wrong places. Maybe you should stop looking, or maybe you should just enjoy yourself, because there's no point in rushing into very bad, toxic relationships, or relationships where you just don't feel fulfilled, all for the sake of not being by yourself or having society view you as a mother and a wife. A lot of these women going out sad as fuck. That's in marriages, okay? As an ex-married woman, sad as fuck, okay? Was not necessarily happy. It's always great in the beginning, and then it turns to shit. And then you have to deal with this person, if you have kids by them, for a long ass time. If you have divorced parents and you see how some of them still interact with each other, if they still even can be in the same room with each other, it's just one of those things where, like, if you can avoid that at all costs, you have to do your research. You have to be calculated and not crazy. You cannot consistently move off of emotion, and you cannot allow yourself to be in a relationship with someone who doesn't even value you as their 10 in life. You want to be that man's, you want to be his 10. You want to be with someone who sees you as they got a prize. They lucked up. They are so happy to be with you, and vice versa. But when you get with someone who feels like you should be lucky to be with them, or I'm just with you because my ex isn't here, or I had no choice but to move on, or I don't even value you that much, or I'm rushing into another relationship, I'm not even taking time to learn myself, to love myself, I just got out of a sneaky link or a situationship 9 months ago, or I sleep around with women from time to time, but I'm going to take you seriously. You're not going to get the best results. Like, it just is what the fuck it is. And the truth is, a lot of women just aren't going to get these spectacular men. But if you're going to try to find you a good man, you have to do certain things that will benefit you. You're going to have to be selfish, okay? So I wish all my girls success when it comes to love, marriage, relationships, and kids, and that you think more calculated about what it is that you are doing. Let's talk about what I would like to see for Hailey Bieber. Let's go ahead and talk about that. Divorce. Yeah, she needs to divorce him. She's been leveling up, getting on covers of magazines when he didn't even think she could. Y'all remember that shit. It's time for her to focus in on her and what it is that she actually wants out of this life. She spent enough time with him. She's been able to ride that wave. It's time for her to be the center of attention in her world. He's the center of her world because every time he does something embarrassing, it reflects back on her. People look at her like she's less than. They look at her like she's the problem. How could she stay? What's wrong with her? If we removed Justin, then we might have a little bit more focus on her positive accolades. We would be able to see more of the things that she's actually accomplishing when she removes herself from him. She can hit the ground running, work more, focus on herself, and let Justin go off and be a bachelor on a yacht. Like, I just really want him to go ahead and live his best bachelor life, get him a yacht with a whole bunch of Selenas, and let him go. Like, let him have it. And for her, focus on her and get her one of these men that are obsessed with her. Hailey Bieber has that beautiful, classic white woman look a lot of men would actually appreciate. And she seems to be a woman that's not hard to deal with. She doesn't seem very combative or argumentative, or we don't see her doing too much. She dresses very classic. She's very clean. She's very put together for herself. It doesn't seem like she always has to like argue back and forth with Justin. She's kind of just steady doing what she has to do. It's time for the focus to be on her. And I honestly think like a divorce would be headline news, but it is honestly at this point damn near necessary, I feel, because it's not really serving her a purpose, if anything. But like I said, they're saying that she won't leave because she is his handler. And the longer she stays, I might have to start believing that. They need to find someone else to handle him and let this poor woman go, because this is just too fucking much. And he hit that Selena low as fuck, like we didn't hear him. Justin, this on top of all the other stuff, you are disappointing us. She do not deserve this. And Hailey too bossed up. She's just steady working. She just keeping her head high and steady working. Damn. Guys, there is always something to be learned from these crazy ass relationships and how we can implement it into our lives so that we can do better, okay? I know these people rich, but they rich with real life, regular people problems, okay? So take what you can, leave the rest. But you guys, that's all the time that I have for today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and watch my other content. I do a little bit of travel content, some blogs of places I go, things that I do. Follow me on Instagram and Lemon8. Keep the conversations going. Comment down below and tell me what you're going to work on and what you're going to do better for yourself, especially moving into the new year. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, peace.